Last week I've tested VR versus ultra-wide monitor versus ultimate triple screen setup with motion system, getting absolutely unexpected results, and someone pointed in the comment section to test that trick with motion on and off and see which make me faster. Again, very interesting results with noticeable difference, and as you can see in full run with 104 liters completing 27 laps, one of the setups took the lead with few seconds and made the fastest lap, gaining over 2.5 tenths, which was another surprise for me, but let me give you the context first. The track is Sebring, as for a few weeks now with my teammates from Vertical Grip are getting prepared for the 12-hour event on iRacing, and the car is Lamborghini Huracan using the P1 setup. I have squeezed my personal driving skills to the limits, already having done more than 300 laps with that car and setup on that track with motion mostly off, and I feel very confident in the entire stint, which means it doesn't matter which way I will do the first test. The track conditions are also totally fixed, so no variables between each run. The direct drive base is the 32 Nm VNM Extreme, which is my favorite to this date. Pedals are the Simucube Active with the Ultimate as brake and the Pro as throttle. The motion is Qubic System QS210 and the Qubic System belt tensioner on the back. The effects I'm using are pretty much standard on the motion, with overall gain 33, which is 1/6 of the total power, and from SFX effects I use rumble strips for immersion and wheel slip angle for important tire grip information. The belt tensioner effects are braking, sideways acceleration, centrifugal force, vertical g-force, and side slip, with overall gain little over 50%, and the only SFX effects are the gear shift for immersion and ABS for important braking information. The base runs at about 10 to 11 Nm, the brake is at 16.5 mm travel with very progressive curve set to 87 kg total resistance and around 70 kg at 80% input, and the ABS effect is on. The throttle is at 37 mm travel at 10 kg resistance and slight curve to slow the input on the exits of the corners. That being said, going back to the actual stints, one of those runs were noticeably faster in 1 hour run, and as you may have heard from many people, motion rigs make us a bit slower and they are a bit confusing in driving. I personally used to say the same thing testing different motion systems over the years in different sim events. Well, for my surprise, the fastest overall run and fastest lap in my test come using the motion. After completing the tests, I analyzed both of the experiences and I found few big differences. In one of the runs, I rely only on the force feedback from the base and the ABS effects from the pedals, but once I turn on the motion and the belt system, those effects I mentioned before almost become secondary and totally overwhelmed from the rig effects, which I can feel with my entire body. That may sound bad, but the results are telling something different. The ABS effect from the belt tensioner transferred the information not just on the belts but on the entire rig itself, which totally overwhelmed the sensation of my feet from the pedal, and the slip angle effect from the actuators tells me the state of the tire grip well before I feel anything through my hands from the force feedback. That being said, I think the main advantage from the motion came with that slip angle effect, which helped me keep the car on the edge and preserve the tires in long run. At the end of the stint, being 80 kg lighter with tires in better state and greater information of the grip, the car was just way faster. Now, If I have to be completely objective, I don't think the chassis movement as I use them are advantage or disadvantage. The heaves or shakes are telling me a lot about the bumps on the track, but I don't think they are distracting or helpful, but definitely make the drive experience very engaging. Same with the belt tensioner effects, but if I have to compare the ABS through the belts or the pedals, coming from the belt system for me is way more noticeable as I feel it through my entire body. So, my conclusion, what makes the motion rig faster is down mostly to single effect, and that's the slip angle tire effect, which gives the edge of the corner speed and tire preservation over a long run. That means even haptic bass shakers can help a lot if there is no latency, but unfortunately those can't match the speed of the Qubic system with that crazy low latency. And I really hope we will get there very soon. That being said, let's check the last 4 laps side by side from both tests, and I'm very curious to see what you're gonna notice, and please let me know in the comment section what differences you actually see. So, I guess I was wrong and motion doesn't make me slower, but quite the opposite if used properly, and now I know why that's the case. All that of course doesn't prove anything and is just my personal experience, but I'm curious to know if you noticed any specific difference between those runs, and happy racing everyone.